Because of movies like these, it makes me believe that much more in video game movie based adaptations. And I gotta say, right after watching this movie about 2 nights ago, I'm sorry I didn't get the review out a little earlier, I was pretty impressed. And I can't think of any other kind of movie that's based off a video game that was actually that good, like Detective Pikachu. And I gotta say, I think this movie really took some cues from Detective Pikachu. But anyways, two different IPs. Sonic the Hedgehog is a movie that recently came out on Valentine's Day, and it's based off our favorite little blue blur, who's forced to leave his home world to travel into our world, our realm, and goes in hiding for a decade until he comes across a human friend named Tom, a cop, who lives in this suburban-like area called Green Hills. And Sonic needs to find his rings to get back home. So anyways, guys, this movie was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. It's not Oscar worthy or Academy Award winning. Come on, it's Sonic the Hedgehog. But, going into this film, I did not really have, honestly, a lot of expectations. I mean, that wasn't until I heard some of the reviews. I try to keep myself away from like online reviews so I don't get spoiled potentially. But there wasn't any spoilers to no avail. At the very end, and I mean this, at the very end, to the day of the movie, the debut of the film, there was a spoiler posted online on YouTube. I was scrolling through to see if any of my favorite YouTubers posted any videos, and I accidentally came across a spoiler, which is at the post-credit scenes, to be exact, the second post-credit scene, and I was like, damn it, it was ruined for me. But anyways, on with the review. So let's talk about the characters. So Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, really wasn't treated well at the very beginning. That what I'm talking about is like the very first trailer that we got back in May of 2019, I believe. And when we saw it, everybody hated it. They destroyed this trailer. And it was because of that disgusting, horrible, horrendous design of Sonic, the original one, where it showed he had tiny little beady eyes and a small pointy nose with human-like teeth, and that was something out of nightmares. And I applaud Paramount and the director at least and the creators for listening to the audience, and they fixed Sonic and it totally made the movie that much better. I mean, can a character design really truly impact a film and make it all that much better? No, but it makes us feel that much more comfortable and pleased that we're getting a movie where a character is honored by following the source material. And I really loved that. I really enjoyed it. Now, the movie, like I said before, is a great movie. It is a very enjoyable. It does have a short runtime, which I wish it had been just a little bit longer, but it's actually the perfect runtime. It is very enjoyable. There's definitely a lot of action. There's definitely a lot of references where this film pays homage to the original video games from Sega. And if you're a true Sonic fan or if you're just a casual Sonic fan, I'm pretty sure you'll catch a lot of these Easter eggs and references from the games. Now, the character of Sonic is voiced by actor-comedian Ben Schwartz. I'm not exactly extremely familiar with Ben Schwartz, other than the fact that he did play John Raphael from Parks and Rec. And when I heard that he was casted, I wasn't exactly sure. Does he have any history with the character? Is he familiar with the character of Sonic? Who knew, right? Well, as it turns out, the actor himself is a Sonic fan and a video game fan in general. And he caught me by surprise. When I heard some of the voiceovers in the trailers, I was like, wow, that's Sonic. He sounds like a good Sonic. He actually reminded me of the Sonics from like the Sonic Adventure era. Those games came out back in like 1999 and 2001, Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. They were enjoyable. So whenever I heard Sonic speak, it really reminded me of those video games because I grew up around that era. I also grew up around the Sega Genesis era for Sonic. I played Sonic 1 through 3, Sonic 1, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Sonic and Knuckles. And I've played all those games, and I really enjoyed his performance. The performance was really captured with him actually moving. So they actually put like actual captured dots on his face to capture the emotion so Sonic can emote on screen. And the voiceover was just brilliant. So he did an incredible job. It seemed like Ben Schwartz was having a great time doing this role, and he's gone off like crazy promoting the film. And he even talked about on Twitter how Sonic was really doing really well in the box office. And I really feel that the creators and the directors and everybody that's worked on this film really gave it their all, and they really cared. Because you can tell when a movie like this, with an IP that is so popular and well beloved from millions, when it's treated this way, you can really see how much these people care. And I really appreciate that. Everybody else was wonderful. James Marsden, as always, he's really great in these kinds of movies. I liked his performance. Nothing exactly too special there. I mean, he looked like he was having a great time, so I'll give it that. And everybody else was great. I mean, he even played it really well with his co-star, who I cannot remember right now. But I bought the relationship between James Marsden and his wife, who I can't remember the name of right now, and I'm sorry about that. And I really bought that relationship. Honestly, I thought James Marsden's character was going to be more of a throwaway kind of character. Like, who cares? We're there to see Sonic the Hedgehog. But no, you truly actually care about these characters and you feel what they're going through. There are some surprisingly sad moments in the movie that made me go like, "Aw, how adorable," or "Aw, how sad." And I really enjoy that. These people really do take their time with the script. Nothing is really a throwaway. It's not like a live-action throwaway film where it does horribly critically, but it does well financially. Kind of like the Smurfs. There's a bunch of human characters that you don't really care about initially, and the performances are just weird. And honestly, the scripts tend to pander to children, to like thinking like they're idiots. No, this movie doesn't treat its audience like they're a bunch of idiots. And what I mean by that, there's not a lot of poopy fart jokes or stupid childish behavior that's committed in this film. It actually treats its audience like smart people, and I really loved that. Yes, this movie is more targeted towards like the children demographic, and overall I don't really consider it like kind of a children's movie. I consider it more like a family type of movie, and I think adults who grew up with this IP would appreciate this film and really enjoyed this film actually overall. Now I gotta give it to like the performance that kind of stole the show, and that's Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey plays Dr. Robotnik / Eggman, a name that's given by Sonic the Hedgehog. Jim Carrey's performance was amazing. I haven't seen a performance like that from Jim Carrey in quite some time, and I'm talking about early 2000s, mid-90s era. Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik is nothing like the character from the video games. It actually strays away from that kind of character. Jim Carrey, honestly, you can tell that he enjoyed this performance. He really gave it his all, and he took the Dr. Robotnik character and gave it his own little twist. And at first I was a little iffy, and I'm like thinking, you know, he doesn't really look like the character. Why pick Jim Carrey? You could have picked a different actor. But no, I've decided to give it a chance. And I gotta say, I enjoy Jim Carrey in everything he's in. The guy is lovable. He makes people laugh. And when I saw his performance as Dr. Robotnik, I was like, you know what? I like this side of Dr. Robotnik. I like this version a lot. He's actually a lot more enjoyable. Because the character of Dr. Robotnik is this angry character who just can't have anything. He just can't have anything at all. He can never win. And he's always angry. And he is not likable, really, as a character in the video games. And he's just like this twirly mustachio kind of character, villain. And he does play it with some add-on different, like, Jim Carreyisms, as you want to call it. He does play it like that with different types of, like, behaviors. Like, he's a little wacky at some point. He tries to one-up people at some point. He comes across as this obnoxious, wacky, funny character who makes everybody else around him seem inferior. And people don't like him. And he just treats people poorly. But at the same time, it's enjoyable to watch. Now, I would have wished to have a little bit more of a backstory in this character, but the runtime was just not long enough to cover it. Overall, the premise of the movie is quite simple. Sonic needs to get back to his homeworld, and he needs that help from a cop before the government and Dr. Robotnik take him in and pretty much kill him. Now, one critic that I do want to give is that Dr. Robotnik's plan to capture Sonic and to like contain it and study it really conflicted with that plan. He stated that he wanted to isolate Sonic and study it, really. But at the same time, we're seeing Dr. Robotnik going after Sonic and trying to kill him. And I'm like, that kind of conflicts with your plan there. But it's just a minor critic that I do want to give. There are other things like, you know, that I do want to criticize, but it's not really a big deal at the same time. Because overall, the general consensus, you know, this movie is a good movie. There are some minor issues with the movie that I do have, but I don't really want to cover it because if I do, I might spoil it a little bit. So that's pretty much a major gripe that I had with this film, and I really wanted to share it with you. Dr. Robotnik's actions conflict with his plans, and that's pretty much one major critic that I really wanted to give. I want you guys to check out this movie. I think it's enjoyable. Old fans and new fans alike, I think we're going to enjoy it. And overall, the general audience and families will enjoy it, and we'll have a great time with Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm going to give Sonic the Hedgehog a B-. Guys, that was my review for Sonic the Hedgehog. What did you guys think? Did you see the movie? Have you seen it? I suggest you go check it out. I think it's a great time. The runtime, again, it is short. It's only running at an hour and 40 minutes. And I think it'll just pass by like a breeze if you go check out this movie, because it is that great and the pacing is actually really good and enjoyable for the most part. So anyways, guys, please leave your comment down below and let me know what are your thoughts on the film. And stay tuned for the live stream tonight at 9:30 p.m. I'll see you guys there. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on bell notifications so you all don't miss anything. And as always, I will see you all in the next video.